Hey everyone, and welcome to the Love America Hate Taxes podcast. I'm Ryan, and this is Don. And today we're going to be continuing our conversation around some of the proposed House Ways and Means Committee's proposals. So, um, Don, one of the things that's on here is the elimination of some certain education credits that are on there. One of which is the American Opportunity Tax Credit, or the AOTC credit. So,
So they're talking about, when you're in school, or whether that is as a student or as an adult, there's some tax savings that you get. First of all, you can deduct up to $2,500 a year for your interest
hmm,
on your school loans. So they're saying eliminate that deduction, and that's going to save us about $59 billion over the next 10 years. So again, creating revenue is what they're trying to do. So that's for the first 4 years of higher education. So, I mean, 20 look at, we have a lot of clients who are spending $250,000 in school debt that they have. So 2,500 is a drop in the bucket, when you think about the interest they're paying on that. But 2,500, again, you're gonna have to, recognize that as income now instead of a deduction, and so you're gonna have an increase in your taxes. Maybe it's 5 or 6, $700, whatever the case is, but ultimately, they're trying to create some balance in here, and there's another one too, the lifetime learning credit.
hmm,
Now this one here is a bigger deduction, but fewer people utilize it. Matter of fact, the savings is only gonna be about 10 billion. I know what I'm saying, only,
yeah,
over the next 10 years. That's $1 billion a year, which,
mhm.
every penny count.
Every billion counts. Yeah,
And this one here is 20% of your qualified tuition and related expenses up to $10,000. So their whole plan would there be repeal it. Again, it's not going to, I mean, for someone who's actually expensive, not 10,000, it could be a substantial tax
sure.
increase. But the reality is very few people take advantage of that. So I don't think there'd be a lot of outcry. And
Yeah.
again, these are strictly proposals. What actually happens, now I will tell you, all the folks from the colleges are going to be out there knocking on their
Yeah.
congressional senators' doors saying,
Yep.
"Don't do that, don't do that." But the reality is, I think that that's probably going to be one that they give strong consideration.
Gotcha, gotcha. Anything else around those, 2?
No, just listen, education is, very expensive, and, you know, I've told my kids this here, just make sure that you don't run up that tab because that gets very, very expensive, trying to find a job, of covering that as you get out, and how many years. I think what my wife and I were talking the other day, took her brother and her sister 12 years to pay off their college debt, and it wasn't like our doctors.
To the rabbit trail a little bit, but isn't it funny how, like, they'll allow a student to take a $250,000 loan out for school, but you can't do it for a house that's an asset,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, you've never taken a loan out like that for your life, but you can do that, but not for it.
Never even maybe you've never had a job.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You never had a job, and we don't know what kind of good worker you're gonna be after you graduate.
Mhm.
You might graduate with a C
Yeah,
minus,
yeah,
and to get out there and not be able to, listen, I'll get
yeah.
on talk about a bigger rabbit trail. I've got cl I've met people around the country, I won't be very specific on region, who spent $250,000 and choose to, work out of their house and make $50,000 a year, and there's no possible way they're ever gonna pay that school debt off. They're just make enough just to cover
Yeah,
their monthly,
yeah,
livelihood.
I know.
So, but anyway, sorry for getting off on that, but I'm amazed by how many people I've come across in my career that have chosen to go down that path.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well, guys, if you like today's content, like and subscribe, share with your friends. If you want us to answer some questions for you, send us an email. We'll be happy to include those questions in some of our podcasts. But in the meantime, we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Talk to you later. Bye.